The ninth election of National Assembly members and the second election of members of Provincial People's Council will take place on February 21st, 2021. In the run-up to these important events, our Lao National Television English Language News Bulletin will run a series of special reports, providing information about the election. The following is selection of National Assembly candidates. How many National Assembly and People's Provincial Council members can each province have? The decision on the number of National Assembly members representing each province depend on population size. A province that has a large population can have more members representing them in the Assembly, while those with smaller populations will have fewer members. A province with a population of less than 250,000 can have only 6 National Assembly members, while provinces with larger populations can add 1 more member for every 50,000 people. The maximum number of members representing a province is set at 20. The allotted number of People's Provincial Council members is based on the population of districts in the province. The minimum number of PPC members for each province should not exceed 25, while the maximum should not exceed 60. National Assembly and People's Provincial Council election candidates should comprise representatives of all genders, ethnic groups, ages, old and new members, professions, social classes, and the public and private sectors. National Assembly standing members have the right to determine the number of National Assembly and Provincial People's Council members representing each province and election constituency. This number must be endorsed and announced in a presidential decree 45 days. Nominations and acceptance of election candidates. Party and state organizations, the Lao Front for National Development, and mass organizations have the right to consider, screen, and nominate their election candidates. These organizations must submit the names of their nominees to national election and provincial committees for consideration and approval. The Provincial Election Committee must submit the names of Provincial People's Council election candidates to the National Committee for approval. Listing of election candidates must be made in alphabet order or other methods as approved by the National Election Committee. Announcement of the names of election candidates must be done as follows. The National Election Committee compiles the names and makes a list of candidates and make an official announcement 45 days before the election date. Right to veto acceptance of election candidates. Eligible voters have the right to veto the acceptance of candidates who do not meet election requirements or have violated laws, regulations, or people's rights. The veto must be submitted in writing to the election committee along with written evidence 7 days after the announcement of election candidates. Persons filing a veto must be accountable for their actions in accordance with the laws and regulations. Party and state organization, the Lao Front for National Development, mass media, and civil society have the right and obligation to provide venues for election campaigns in accordance with the law. Election candidates have the right to present their profiles in accordance with laws and regulations. The election campaign can commence with the election name announcement and end 1 day before the election date. The National Election Committee has the right to set election campaign regulations.